We know Jon Stewart, Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, Alan Scott, and Guy Gardner, mainstays of the Green Lantern Corps. But since the Green Lantern first appeared in DC Comics, the mythos, the color of the lanterns, and their list of superhero members have expanded. I'm your host Amanda McKnight. Join me as we count down the top 10 superheroes you never knew were lanterns. Number 10. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman from the New Earth continuity was not only called on to become a White Lantern during the events of Blackest Night in an effort to defeat Necron, but has also been a member of the Star Sapphire Corps as well. Not once even, but twice. One of the times she became a Star Sapphire was during the events of Blackest Night. The other was actually her alternate main continuity self from the New 52 Prime Earth continuity. In fact, before she even joined the Star Sapphire or White Lantern Corps, she was given a Black Lantern ring, and it was the Star Sapphire ring that basically freed her from the necromancy powers of the Black Lantern Corps. And if you're wondering, well, how could Wonder Woman have a Black Lantern ring? She wasn't dead, she died once, and so that's how that works. Sometimes. Number 9. Deadman. Following the events of Blackest Night, Deadman was resurrected by the White Light, and ended up being granted a White Lantern power ring. While he was the only one of those resurrected to wield a White Lantern ring, those resurrected alongside him were also considered more like low-key members of the Corps as well. However, Deadman would also soon after be sent on a mission to help find a chosen one to take the place of the Entity, which is basically the living embodiment of the White Light of creation, which is essentially where the White Lanterns basically get their power from. This is because it turned out that the Entity was dying and only had so much time left. And friends, before we move on to this next spot, if you are loving this list and you want to learn about even more superheroes that you didn't know were lanterns, be sure to let us know in the comments below and give this video a like to let us know, that you liked it. Actually, surprisingly, I have a lot more heroes I could tell you about that also were surprise lanterns of some color or kind. Number 8. Mera. Mera, Queen of Atlantis, ends up surprising everyone when she becomes not a Star Sapphire Corps member filled with love, but instead a Red Lantern. Wow. This happened during the events of Blackest Night, when many people were granted the power of various lantern types as well as rings. While the Black Lanterns attempt to elicit an intense emotional response from their prey, hoping to devour their heart and feed off their power and life force energy, in essence this plan backfired for the deceased Black Lantern Aquaman. Aquaman attempted to leverage their deceased son Aquababy to elicit an emotional response, but instead of inspiring love in Mera, he inspires rage? Rage for the loss of her husband Arthur Curry, and rage for the fact that she apparently never wanted children. Pretty surprising considering I feel like Mera is actually a pretty good mom now. But anyways, so yeah, her anger is so intense that she ends up being offered a Red Lantern ring and is invited ultimately to join the Red Lantern Corps. Number 7. Superman. This version of Superman is not the same one we have in comics today, but is instead the Golden Age Superman, who after the multiverse was incorporated into the continuity, was regulated to be a part of the Earth 2 reality as opposed to the main continuity. Kal-El, as he was known with just the letter L instead of EL, would become a Black Lantern during the events of Blackest Night. In this event, many fallen heroes were returned to life and turned into villains, of which Superman was one of them. The Golden Age Superman was initially thought to have been killed during Crisis on Infinite Earths, but later returned during Infinite Crisis, only to later join the heroes in their fight and die while attempting to defeat Superboy Prime and save the multiverse. His death enabled him to later be resurrected as a Black Lantern during the Blackest Night, even where he was later defeated by Connor Kent, and then again more permanently defeated by Power Girl, pretty much obliterated, so there was nothing left for him to come back with. Oof. Number 6. Wonder Woman. As I said previously, both main continuity versions of Wonder Woman have joined the Star Sapphire Corps. New 52 Wonder Woman rejoined the Corps to lead them after accidentally making a wish, which resulted in the appearance of Kal-El, the dark god of love from the dark multiverse. Kal-El exposed the flaws in the love and hearts of the Star Sapphires and was defeating them when Wonder Woman was summoned to lead them. She helped the Star Sapphire Corps to face and defeat Kal-El. Later on, this version of Wonder Woman would also be called on to temporarily join the Sinestro Corps. She would appear as a Yellow Lantern, representing the emotion of fear during the 2014 Sinestro series in issue number 19, which came out in 2016, but 2014 was when that series started, so just to clarify that in case that confuses you at all. Typically when I say a series and a year, I'm talking about the year that series started, unless I say this issue in this year. Number 5. Superman. The really crazy thing is that Golden Age Superman isn't the only one to have become some kind of lantern, in his case a Black Lantern. The New Earth continuity Superman, who used to be our main continuity version of the character prior to the New 52, also has been a Lantern before. This version of Superman was not only a member of the Black Lantern Corps as well during Blackest Night, but also was later transformed into a member of the White Lantern Corps after Hal Jordan resurrected him. Superman was one of the White Lanterns who helped to resurrect Black Hand, ending Necron's reign of terror by basically severing his connection to the world of the living, which he had through Black Hand. Number 4. Harley Quinn. Is Harley Quinn technically a hero? Well, lately I'd say she's more on the hero side than the villain side, despite starting out as the Joker's partner in crime and going into the crime business solo afterwards, and even being declared Villain of the Year only a few years ago. Despite all this though, Harley has also fought alongside the Suicide Squad on seemingly doomed yet usually heroic missions, and she has also become a member of the extended Bat family in recent years during Tynion's run on Batman. In her team-up series Harley's Little Black Book, Harley gets a crossover issue with Green Lantern. During this story, Harley comes into the possession of a red and black lantern ring, which is kind of like a fused ring between both areas, emotions, colors of that spectrum. At one point during her adventure, she even is forced to wear Hal Jordan's Green Lantern ring as well in order to basically save his butt. I also just love that Harley gets to be a red and black lantern because, you know, her colors are red and black typically. Pretty neat stuff. Number 3. Batman. Batman recently became one of the most powerful Black Lanterns around during Dark Knight's death metal. Here, after the universe fell at the hands of Batman Who Laughs, the Bat God Barbados, and Perpetua, who was released from the Source Wall, Batman was remade in a darker image. An even darker image than Batman is normally as well, because Batman's a pretty dark character all around. Pretty gloom and doom, if you know what I mean. The trinity of the Justice League, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman, were essentially given the option of dying or promising to not cause trouble and kind of being given a new place in this darker world. Of course, in the end, they did cause trouble, but for a time they were separated and altered to be darker versions of themselves, with Batman becoming a Black Lantern, before they then kind of found each other again and then, you know, defeated the baddies, because that's what they do. They're heroes. So that's how that story goes. Number 2. Superman. The really crazy thing is that Superman of the New Earth continuity and Golden Age Superman aren't the only two supes to become lanterns either. The current main continuity Superman, who hails from the New 52/Rebirth continuity referred to as Prime Earth, has also become a lantern as well. This version of Superman became a Yellow Lantern. Not only is he seen fighting alongside Diana in Sinestro issue number 19, but he also goes on to become the Yellow Lantern when he merges with Parallax. That's right, at one point Superman was Parallax. This happened following Superman's time as a member of the Sinestro Corps and happened in his own Rebirth series in the 2016 Superman volume, first appearing in issue number 29. This version of him anyways. Superman merged with Parallax to prove that he was not afraid of the entity, but unfortunately his attempt to prove his bravery didn't exactly go as planned and kinda backfired, as usually does when you're like, yeah, I'll just merge with Parallax. That's a great idea. It's not a great idea. Don't do it. Number 1. The Flash. At one point, the Flash is chosen to become a member of one of the most recent Corps to be added to Green Lantern mythos, that of the Blue Lanterns. And for this point, in case you're wondering which Flash I'm talking about Barry Allen, baby. The Blue Lanterns are said to represent hope and were founded with the foresight that the Blackest Night prophecy would eventually come to pass, which, I mean, good guess, because it did. Barry ends up being chosen to become a temporary Blue Lantern after he escapes becoming a Black Lantern by using his speed powers to race to the very near future, also saving Hal Jordan from this fate in the process. The reasoning for why he is chosen by the power of the Blue Lantern is due to his power to inspire hope in others, which, as I said, is kind of what the Blue Lanterns are all about. Also, the really cool thing about Barry is because he's a speedster, he can also go really fast, and the idea with Blue Lantern rings is they actually power up each other based on their proximity, so he can basically run around the universe and like give everybody little power boosts, which is pretty cool. Which super heroic Lantern member surprised you the most? What is your favorite color of Lantern? Which Green Lantern is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. You can guess in the comments if you know which Green Lantern is my favorite Green Lantern right now. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.